October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Diecast community is recognizing this by having the 3rd annual Paint It Pink Challenge. For my build, I've selected one of my favorite Hot Wheels castings. You probably realize this already. The Jackrabbit Special. This is the 4th one of these that I've done. First one I'm painting pink. As you can see here, it started out in pretty rough shape, but I hope you like where it ends up. Cancer has taken a devastating toll on my family, and I'm sure far too many of your families out there. And so I really do appreciate that the community does recognize this, and we all pull together. We pull together for a lot of things. This is a great community. Anyhow, about the build, the glass itself hooks into that seat section, that plastic seat section. Those are the 2 plastic parts. Otherwise, the base is metal, the separate engine is metal, and the casting itself, the body, is metal. And this is a red line. So I'm sure there's some people that won't like the fact that I'm painting it anything other than white with a blue stripe that the original casting came in. This was a very short run of these cars. It wasn't around for long, as I've discussed in the previous videos. And so far I've done everything but one with a white with blue stripe. I believe this is the last one of these that I have, for now. Being an original red wine, this has one of the exceptionally small posts in it, and so you can't put a 256 screw in it. You have to drill the smaller 172 hole and tap that. And if you think the 256 screws are tiny, man, these are crazy tiny. And you can judge your progress in learning how to do these things by how well you're able to drill that hole, if you're getting more comfortable with it or not. So polished this and polished it and repolished it again, and it was interesting because the engine, the hood that's in the back of the car, the engine cover, the metal had a slightly different tone to it. Even after all the polishing and everything, obviously it's not quite exactly the same metal, or wasn't treated the same way. So there's where I ended up polishing it. You see the trunk's a little bit off as I bumble and fumble with it. But I was pretty happy with the polish I was able to get on there. You know, that's using the Dremel tool for a long period of time with flits. And then I hit this thing with Tint It's Pinkalicious paint. It's an odd paint, and went over that with the Minwax polyurethane clear gloss, and you'll see that later. The base was kind of funky, as they usually are at this time, and so threw it in the Lime-A-Way, 50-50 mix of Lime-A-Way and water. Threw that in there for, I believe it was about 2.5 minutes when I pulled it out here. It cleaned it up quite a bit, got it ready to be polished, and so I do polish the heck out of that. And the seats just needed to be cleaned, and the glass obviously needed to be cleaned too. You know, it was all just dirty. You know, it's old and dirty. Hell, this casting's almost as old as I am. Not quite. But damn close. So got out the flits, the ever multi-purpose flits. Use that to clean, after I had washed the glass. You have to clean the glass, warm soapy water first. Then polish the heck out of it with flits, and got it looking pretty good. Fortunately, the glass wasn't in too rough of shape. I mean, it was dirty and a little scuffed, but not too bad. So the flits was able to clean it up pretty well. I didn't have to do a super light sanding or anything like that. Then it's time for everybody's favorite gauzy, gauzy, gauzy. Yeah, I know. I gauzy the hell out of stuff. And this glass was pretty good, but the gauzy definitely helped this. The heavy coat of the gauzy definitely helped. And made it look much better than it would have with, say, just a lighter pledge coat. There are some definite benefits to the gauzy if you need them. You know, not all of the glass needs them, definitely not as much as I do with gauzy. But you know, I have it handy. Yeah, I do have the pledge handy too, just as handy. But love using the gauzy. We had a power outage, and so I didn't get the footage of me coating the base. They're polished up really well, the base, as you can tell. I hit that with Renaissance wax that Paul over at Fat Guy Productions mentions all the time. That's why I'm wearing the gloves too, I didn't want to get the wax, screw up the wax coating since it was still really fresh at that point. I did wipe it down quite a bit, but I don't know, maybe I'm just goofy. As you can see, I got my finger, the glove caught in the tire or the wheel when I was putting it on there. These are the cap style wheels, which, you know, these are so easy to do. You gotta love the red wines that have those. You know, there isn't an easier wheel change around than the cap style. So I believe those, as I recall, those caps came from Bright Vision. Seems like I've been getting all of my red wine wheels from Bright Vision. So I don't have a lot of them, but you know, I had these cap style around, and then I also used the bearing style when I print bearings. You know, I use the Bright Vision for those as well. So we're basically at the end of the build. You know, it's a nice, clean little build. I had to remember to snap that back into place, the steering wheel section, since I opened it up to clean it. Then the glass clips onto there. You're going to see a couple cuts here in the video because I kept dropping things. And so if it's not as smooth here at the end as usually my videos are, the reason is I cut out all the drops. So anyhow, this is my build for the Paint It Pink Challenge. I hope you like this build. There's a lot of people participating in this. And so please check out all of their videos. And there will be a recap on the Three Blind Mice Diecast channel of the participants in this build, this community-wide build. And some people are selling their castings, auctioning them off, giving them away. I haven't quite decided exactly what I'm going to do with this casting yet, but I'm going to be making a contribution directly to Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. I've contributed to them in the past and will in the future. I feel connected to their work, and I know a huge portion, it's like 98% of their budget is spent on programs themselves, and only 2% goes to their overhead costs. And while they may spend a lot of money to get donations, so much of it is really used for the programs. So I find that rather significant. So I will be continuing to contribute to them. And so I hope you like how this turned out. The Pinkalicious paint, it's interesting when that paint goes on before the clear coat, it almost has an anodized look to it. I may try that on a build in the future without going with the clear coat over this. But it'll have to be something pink, obviously. So, got some glamour shots coming up here at the end. And hope you enjoy this build. Thank you all for watching. And everybody stay safe and healthy out there. And I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, also, special thanks to my Patreon members for all of their support and the comments they leave for me on the Patreon page. The connection there is great too. So thank you all very much. Catch you in the next one.